So today I'm gonna share a biscuit cake or milk cake recipe with you guys. This is really popular like in bakeries in Trinidad, and I've been getting a lot of requests. Like everybody has been asking me, can you make biscuit cake? Do you remember biscuit cake from when we were younger? Biscuit cake hasn't gone anywhere, it's still in the bakeries, but it's just not as popular as it was back then. So I'm gonna share a really simple and quick recipe for biscuit cake with you guys, and I hope you enjoy it. So if you want to see how I do it, keep watching. So here's what you'll need for the recipe. So I have some flour here, I have some yeast, some salt, baking powder and baking soda, and all the exact list of everything and measurements will be in the description box below. So just click the arrow underneath this video and you will see the exact list of everything that I have here. You'll need some milk. You can use evaporated milk or whole milk. I'm just using regular 100% whole milk. You'll need some granulated sugar. You'll need some butter, and if you're using salted butter, then omit the extra salt. I'm also using some vanilla essence and some almond essence, or you can use extract. Just remember, if you're using extract like vanilla extract or almond extract, make sure you're using less than how much I'm using because it's more concentrated. So firstly, you want to add your salt, yeast, baking powder and baking soda to your flour. And just mix that in to incorporate everything. Next, to a small saucepan, just add your milk in. Make sure it's on low heat. The pan just got really hot. That's why it kind of sizzled up there. And add your butter in at this point too. So you just want the butter to melt, and you also want that sugar to melt as well into the milk and the butter. And you'll need some extra white sugar to put on top of the biscuit cakes. So just set aside a little bit of white sugar. All my butter has nearly melted out. So what I'm gonna do is add my extract at this point. You don't have to add it right now. You can wait to add it to your mixture, but I want to add it now to my liquid mixture. So I'm gonna add the vanilla. So the sugar looks like it's melted there now. So I'm gonna turn this off and let it cool down a little bit, because we don't want to add this really hot mixture into the flour. Remember, we have the yeast in there, and the yeast is not gonna bloom if this is too hot. So once your mixture has cooled down now a little bit, and it's warm but not hot, now you're gonna add it to your flour. Just add half first and then we'll add the next. So while you're doing this, preheat your oven to 350 degrees Fahrenheit. So by the time this is finished, the oven should be preheated. So you're just gonna mix this. You can use a stand mixer if you want, or a hand mixer, but it's so easy you don't even need a mixer. So I'm gonna switch to my hands now. So knead it until it pulls together into a dough ball. So that looks perfect there. I'm just gonna let it sit for like 5 minutes and then we'll work with it. Okay, so after about 5 minutes and your dough is rested, what you want to do is cut this into 2 dough balls. And it's quite a soft dough, so it's going to be easy to cut through. So now you're going to roll these out about 1/2 inch thick, because biscuit cakes, they're quite thick, so you don't want to roll them too thin. They're like about this. They have like a spongy biscuity texture. So this is about 1/4 inch thick. I kind of went crazy with the bail now and I rolled it out a little too much, but that's okay. The seconds that I'll do it a little thicker. So what you want to do is get like a cookie cutter or something, but I just have this bowl that I'm going to use. This is about 5 inches in diameter, so I'm going to use this. And biscuit cakes are usually very large, that's why I'm not making it too small. So 5 inches would be a perfect diameter to use. So you're just gonna, so I'm just gonna get one out of this, so I'm just gonna do it in the middle. So it didn't cut right through, so I'm just gonna use my knife. So keep your dough because we could roll it out and make our next one. So just set this aside, put it on your baking tray, make sure it's oiled already. I just sprayed some coconut spray on mine and I'm gonna place this on top. You can use parchment paper if you want as well. So I have my 4 flattened dough balls here. I'm just making 4. So if you wanted to make more, you can double, triple, whatever you want to do to the recipe to make more. Or you can even make them smaller and thinner depending on how you want it. But biscuit cakes, they're traditionally a little bit thick because they're like a biscuit and a cake in one. So it has like a crispy outside, but the inside is kind of spongy like cake. So the next step we're gonna do now is I'm just gonna brush some water on there and put some granulated sugar. So all you want to do is brush the water, and the water is just gonna be like an adhesive to stick the sugar crystals on there. Then you're gonna sprinkle your sugar. This is just how they usually serve it in those bakeries, but it's totally optional, you don't have to. Also, I forgot to mention, in place of granulated sugar, you can use Splenda or stevia if you want to go for a sugar-free version. So these are gonna go in a 350-degree Fahrenheit oven for about, I would say, 17 minutes. I'll let you know if it's less or if it's more. So the biscuit cakes just came out the oven. I'm just gonna put it on this cooling rack to cool for a little bit, and then I'll break into one and show you what it looks like inside. So the biscuit cakes or milk cakes have been cooling for a bit, for about 5 minutes. So I'm just gonna break into one and show you what it looks like. So let's see, I'm gonna break into a thick one. So I hope you could see that. It's like really spongy on the inside, like a cake, but on the outside, it's like hard and crispy like a biscuit. So that's why they call it biscuit cake. So I hope this brings back a lot of memories for most of you. I know it's something you only get like in the bakeries in Trinidad. It's not very popular, so a lot of people have been asking for recipes for this. So I figured I'd share it with you guys because this is one of my favorite items to pick up when I go to the bakery in Trinidad. So I hope you guys enjoyed this really simple recipe. Leave me all your comments down below. If you like the video, give it a thumbs up. And if you haven't subscribed, subscribe to see all my latest videos. And I will see you guys in my next one. Bye! So it's really hard like a biscuit on the outside, but inside is like a cake. I guess that's where the name biscuit cake came out from. But it's so good. This really reminds me of when I was younger. Like I used to go to this bakery called Big Bite, and he used to have this little van that used to pass around in the village and sell all the bakery stuff. But he closed down now. But his bakery was the best. He was on St. Mary's Junction. If you guys remember him, leave me your comments down below if you remember that bakery.